Pennsylvania lawmakers are looking to decriminalize marijuana and potentially other drugs. In this video, we're going to look at a documentary on Kensington, Pennsylvania, made by Tyler Oliveira, and we're going to talk about what decriminalization means.
This is Kensington, Philadelphia, the center of America's drug epidemic, overrun with a drug known as tranq, a mixture of horse tranquilizer and fentanyl that's turning people there into real-life zombies.
Probably the craziest part about this is that Philadelphia has not decriminalized drugs like tranq. There's just such an epidemic that it's seen on the streets, with the cops giving very little concern.
What's the likelihood of getting shot out here?
Very likely.
Yeah? So you always stay strapped.
When you start talking about stuff like fentanyl, crank, tranq, methamphetamines, these are things that increase the danger of the people that are around them. Whether it's decriminalized or not, that danger doesn't just go away.
People can't just walk from this street to that street without being murdered.
We're starting to get a sketchy area right now.
You see how I changed a little bit?
Big change out of nowhere right
here.
here.
You see what I'm saying?
Cops and tunnel, night and day.
That fast, bro. Like in nice neighborhoods, boom, now it's murder.
So the store owners, they move.
Needle right there. Yeah, so I'm seeing needles. I've never seen a needle actually in my life.
Kensington was hit particularly hard by COVID. There were riots, suspension of services, and a lot of buildings and small businesses that were open pre-COVID never reopened, leaving room for increased drug activity and more soulless convenience stores and gambling centers.
Yeah, I've seen like 5 in the last 2 minutes.
Those common.
You see needles like this everywhere out here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They come out and clean the whole neighborhood every day, every morning.
Got
and
it.
then they get back like this by nighttime.
So is it a real concern to actually step on one?
Yes.
The amount of needles that are on the floor as they walk up and down Kensington Street is shocking. It's incredible. Imagine a kid falling or an elderly person falling on these needles. When proponents of decriminalization say that we need to reduce the stigma, we need to get these people help, that it's a general health, a general welfare issue and not a criminal issue, they have some points. Some of those being that when you push it underground, people end up sharing needles, which increases disease and risk. But here, in a place where the use is so rampant that the streets are lined with needles, whether or not it's illegal to own those, there is a real health risk on the street for people walking up and down it.
Okay, that's happening in real time.
I said during COVID, on K&A, we had active military from here to Aramingo, Port Richmond. They rioted down here bad. All the stores were ransacked.
And so we made our way to Needle Park, a park famous for the sheer quantity of needles there at any given time, where a lot of the homeless people hang out. I'm just trying to watch my feet for needles, no joke. Needles in the juice box.
I used to come here to get on this computer, yeah.
And when did it get basically shut down?
There are countries and cities where decriminalization has had some success, but you cannot do that without also including access to social workers, access to doctors, access to education and rehabilitation centers. When all you do is remove the criminal sanctions, when you remove the penalty, the drug dealers come out in droves. Addicts feel like they have free range. Violence and crime actually goes up. Here in Kensington, again, an area that has not decriminalized it yet, you see libraries that are closed. No public access to resources, just poverty, crime, and violence.
When COVID hit, it impacted this like a bomb.
How many homeless people do you think are out here?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, like all the way 100.
Yeah.
There are more people down here that are stranded from different places in America than anywhere in America. Like people come here from all over, they drive here, and then they never leave.
So everyone comes out here to get drugs.
What? This is the hub.
There's something called the broken window theory, which states that in a neighborhood that has a bunch of broken windows, those broken windows signal to people that there is a lack of order, there is a lack of taking care of property, and it increases the rate of crime. Here, you could call it the broken needle theory. They've completely let go of law and order, and because of that, you see not only an increase in drug overdoses and deaths, but also violence, theft, you name it.
So the minor problem is them getting high. The main concern is overdoses. You get what I'm saying?
So people camp out here?
And then look, this is the library. Here, like, we're gonna take him to Allegheny, to the train station.
Oh, yeah.
So this is nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you to the train station. It's crazy. You'll see one block that look clean and then you go to the next block over, feces. You could die, you know what I'm saying, out of nowhere because there's so much going on. This was my best friend. We've been together, you know, as friends since I was approximately like 19 years old. I'm 31.
Hey man, Levi, how long you been out here?
15 years. After COVID, people just completely went berserk.
COVID affected Kensington totally different than it did the rest of the world. I'm talking about it was on fire. I seen people with chainsaws going in banks. It was the real life purge.
Like when it was COVID, a guy went and put a grenade.
Yeah, and blew it up.
Blew it up and he killed himself with his face.
How many every ATM got hit?
You leave out of your house, you don't know when you're gonna come back. This is a dangerous business. We have AK-47, we have AR-15. You see this is state of the art. My
Katana?
Yeah, this is a real katana. And then I have my AR-15. Like you can call the devil, but you will not like him when you see him coming. Not too long ago, they found a woman in a luggage, right sitting right there. The other day, I opened my store at 8 a.m. in the morning. And I opened the back door. There was a dead body, a guy who overdosed himself and killed himself. Crazy thing about it, that the cops don't even care no more.
So we have a small business owner that is carrying a katana, multiple assault rifles, and talking about having to defend himself. And I live in Texas. I believe in every American's right to own a gun. But when someone is talking about it being a zombie war land, when they talk about they go to take out the trash and they find a dead body, like this is here in America. And while drugs are not the only thing that's at work here, there's a lack of education. There's a lack of access to good jobs. Drugs are the gasoline that's being poured into the fire here. This video is not to say that all drugs should be banned, and this video is definitely not to say that all drugs should be legal. It doesn't matter where you look in the entire world, whether drugs are legal or not, people are going to be doing them. Just like people continued drinking when drinking alcohol was illegal during Prohibition. The question is, what system are we going to build in our communities? How are we going to put policies in place to take care of the poor, to take care of the weak and the addicted? This is a deep dive into one city and one community. I'd love to hear your opinion. Jump in the comments section, and I'm going to break down other factors in this criminalization, decriminalization of drugs debate. That's going to do it for this video. My name is Josh. As always, remember, I am not your attorney. Stay safe out there.